But whatever, man. We need a new plan. Assuming none of you have a better idea, I say we hide out here while the rest of them run around in circles.
Which has 28, rain or shine.
I take it by your silence that you don't.
New Year's Day. Should old acquaintance be forgot and all that. I made sure she wouldn't forget me that day, didn't I, Batman? It was the first New Year's party I'd been invited to in a long time. But then, I wasn't really invited, was I? The restraining order saw to that. Still, she and I had been close, or so I believed. And a new year means a new start. I admit, stepping into a crowded ballroom with a flamethrower was a bit dramatic. But what better way to melt the ice at a party? Perhaps she should have taken that cup of kindness from me when I first offered.
The bad news is the cat bitch took out the boss. I was there. She really did a number on September. But whatever, man. We need a new plan.
November.
Assuming none of you have a better idea, I say we hide out here while the
February
rest of them
alone,
run round in
which has
circles with the
28,
Joker's
rain
untimely
or shine.
passing. I take it by your silence.
Valentine's Day.
Good.
Hearts and flowers. The perfect occasion to smother my new love with tokens of affection. I chose a dozen red roses, an assortment of truffles, and a darling little lacy thing. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to be so intimate. You might say I'd overdone it. And in truth, at that point, my love and I had not actually met. Ever the romantic, I followed her to her apartment. Loudly proclaiming my love, I drowned out her screams of protest. Sadly, it was not to be, so instead of smothering her with gifts, I simply smothered her.
The bad news is the cat bitch took out the boss. I was there.
30 days has November,
But
April,
whatever, man.
June,
We need a new
and
plan.
September.
Assuming
Of
none
28
of you have a better
is
idea,
but one.
I say we
All the
hide
rest
out here
are
while the rest of
31.
them run round
Of
in
course,
circles over the Joker's
leap year
untimely
comes
passing.
and stays. Every
I think
4
about your
years,
silence that
got
you
it
don't.
right. And 28 is 29. March 17th, the day set aside for St. Patrick, the holy man who drove the snakes from Ireland. Interesting thing about snake venom, Batman. Some are green, just like the dye used to make green beer. That made it all the easier when I hosted that St. Patty's Day party for my old gang. As you remember, one of my henchmen tried to tip you off. I wasn't sure which one had done it, so I decided to punish them all. 1 dose of green mamba venom into the beer keg, and they were soon rotting under the shamrocks. So I guess that makes you responsible for their deaths, too. I'll drink to that. Days have September, April, June, and November.
The bad news is the cat bitch took out the boss. I was there. She really did a number on him. But whatever, man. We need a new plan. Assuming none of you have a better idea,
except
I say we
for
hide out
February
here while
alone,
the rest of them run
which has
round in circles
28,
over the
rain
Joker's
or shine.
untimely passing.
But
I
on
take it
leap
by your
year,
silence that you
29.
don't. Good.
Well, 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 Batman. You listened well. You appear to understand the importance of dates, don't you? Let me tell you about this day of fools. I remember clearly that I watched her for days, waiting for the perfect moment. It was cold that March. It felt like spring would never come. They drank coffee, and she confessed her life lacked surprises. For 6 more days, I watched. April 1st, 5:22 a.m. I finished cutting through the brake lines of her car. From the camera I placed on her dash, I saw her panic. My only regret? She couldn't hear me yell, "Surprise!" "30 days hath September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, except for February alone, which has 28, rain or shine. But on leap year, 29.
The bad news is the cat bitch took out the boss. I was there. She really did a number on him.
April,
But whatever,
June,
man.
and
We need a new
November.
plan.
All the rest
Assuming
have
none of you
31.
have a better idea, I say we
M
hide out here
was for the
while rest of
murderous
them run
look she
round in
gave me.
circles over the Joker's
O
untimely
meant
passing.
only she was weak.
I take it by your
old.
silence that you don't.
T is for her terror as she fought me. H is for her heart that I now hold. E is for her eyes swiftly dimming. R means rot, and soon rotting she will be. Put them all together, they spell mother, a word that means a corpse to me. Happy Mother's Day, Mommy. "30 days hath September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, except for February alone, to which we 28 assign. Till leap year gives us 20.
Bad news is the cat bitch took out the boss. I was there.
30 days has November, April, June,
we need
and
a new plan.
September.
Assuming
Of
none of you
28
have a better
is but
idea,
one.
I say
All
we
the
hide
rest
out
are
here while the
31.
rest of them run
Of
round in
course,
circles over the
leap
Joker's
year
untimely passing.
I wasn't real close
I take
to
it by
my
your
dad,
silence that you don't.
and after my first internment at Arkham, we never spoke at all. Seems he wrote me off as a wacko, loser. So, after I was released, I wanted to clear the air between us. The next Father's Day, I dropped by his place and suggested we go fishing. You ever go fishing with your pop? Well, it's some fun, let me tell you. The two of us out on the water, pulling in one whopper after another. Of course, I was doing the actual pulling. Dad was baiting the hooks. You know, with a finger, a foot, an eye. Whatever I had left of him. Even today, whenever I eat a nice piece of fish, I feel closer to my dear old dad. "30 days hath September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, except for February alone, which has 28, rain or shine.
The bad news is the cat bitch took out the boss. I was there.
30 days
She really
after
did a number on him. But
April,
whatever,
June,
man.
and
We need a new
November.
plan. Assuming none of you have
All
a better
the rest
idea,
have 31,
I say we hide out here
except
while the
for
rest of
February
them run
alone,
round in circles
to
over the
which we
Joker's
28
untimely passing.
assign.
I take it by your silence
Leap
that you
year
don't.
gives us
Good.
29. Explosives planted at every exit and beneath this cell itself. What better way to celebrate Independence Day? My independence, of course, from Arkham. Unfortunately, I decided to be clever about it and had a calendar sent to police headquarters with the month of July ripped out. You figured it out right away and arrived just as the fireworks were starting. You stopped me from escaping, but not before the fire swept through the intensive care ward. But then, what's the 4th of July without a barbecue? 30 days hath September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, except for February alone, to which we 28 assign.
The bad news is the cat bitch took out the boss. I was there. She really did a number on him. But whatever, man. We need a new plan. Assuming none of you have a better idea, I say we hide out here while the rest of them run round in circles over the Joker's untimed passing. I take it by your silence.
29.
Good.
Do you remember that wonderfully hellish August, Batman? Packs of mad dogs swarming the furnace-hot streets, savaging everyone in their path. One bite, and humans were reduced to crazed animals themselves. Good times. Though Crane provided me with the hydrophobia formula, I had the presence of mind to release the hounds on August 16th, the feast day of St. Roach, patron saint of dogs. An obscure date, I know, but I couldn't imagine a better way to celebrate the dog days of summer. "30 days hath September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, except for February alone."
The bad news is the cat bitch took out the boss. I was there. She really did a number on him. But
April,
whatever, man.
June,
We need a new
and
plan.
November.
Assuming none of you have a better idea,
Early
I say we hide
September.
out here while the rest of
Kids
them
headed
run
back
round
to
in
school,
circles over the Joker's
leaves
untimed
starting to turn,
passing.
and best of all,
I take it by your silence.
Labor Day.
Don't. Good.
like the year I posed as a construction laborer and drove a bulldozer through the gold exchange. Or the year I referenced the labors of Hercules and released lions, bulls, and wild boars upon Gotham. Better than a circus. Even you have to admit last Labor Day was my most inspired. Laying siege to that hospital maternity ward? You labored mightily yourself that day. Saved every one of them. Well, there's always next year. "30 days has November, April, June, and September. Of 28 is but one. All the rest are 31. Of course, leap year comes and slays. Every 4 years got it right, and 28 is 29.
bad news is the cat bitch took out the boss. I was there.
30 days has November, April, June,
man.
and September. Of 28 is but one. All the rest are 31. Of course, leap year comes and slays. Every 4 years, got it right. And 28 is 29. Boo. Funny thing, Halloween in Arkham. It seems redundant here. Within these walls, the monsters are on display year-round. Of course, there was that one year Joker led a breakout on All Hallows Eve. What a wonderful night. Costumed revelers innocently partying alongside killers and fiends. Of course, the real screams came when it was time to unmask. Trick or treat. "30 days hath September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, except for February alone, to which we 28 assign. Till leap year gives us 29.
The bad news is the cat bitch took out the boss. I was
30
there.
days have
She really did a number on him.
April,
But
June,
whatever,
November.
man. We need a new plan. Assuming none
All
of
the
you have
rest.
a better idea, I say we
You
hide
know,
out here while
I
the
always
rest of
feel
us
a
run
little
around
lonesome
circles
in
over
November.
untimely.
I think that's because even the worst
I
of
take it
us
by your
enjoy a
silence that
good
you don't.
old-fashioned family Thanksgiving. I know I did a few years back when I dropped in unannounced on Turkey Day. All those surprised faces around the table. Mom and Dad could hardly believe it. Mind you, I don't know whose mom and dad they were. I was on the run and needed a place to lay low. That family, whoever they were, could certainly cook. Stuffing and gravy and pumpkin pie to die for. Unfortunately, they did. Like I said, always feel lonesome in November. "30 days hath September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, except for February alone, to which we 28 assign. Till leap year gives us 29.
The bad news is the cat bitch took out the boss. I was there.
30 days
She really did a number on him. But whatever, man. We need a new plan. Assuming none of you have a better idea, I say we hide out here while the rest of them run around in circles
to which
over the
we,
Joker's
28,
untimely
assign.
passing. I take it by your silence that you don't.
Ebenezer Scrooge was a saint compared to old Judge Harkness. Remember him, Batman? Gotham's hanging judge, they called him. Even though the state had ruled me insane, Harkness swore he'd send me to the gallows. So you see, it was all a simple act of self-preservation. I could hardly be held responsible for strangling that street corner Santa Claus for his suit. I needed the disguise to sneak into the judge's Christmas Eve party. Harkness thought it was all in fun, until Saint Nick caught him around the neck with a string of Christmas lights. The cops found him later, hanging from the elaborate light display of his own roof. Judgy almost looked like a cartoon himself, alongside the comical reindeer, elves, and snowmen. I call that murder my Christmas special. "30 days hath September, April, June, and November. All the rest hath 31.
The bad news is the cat bitch took out the boss. I was there. She really did a number on him. But whatever, man. We need a new plan. Assuming none of you have a better idea, I say we hide out here while the rest of them run round in circles over the Joker's untimely passing. I take it by your silence that you don't. Good.